Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including four-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Real Falla.
And Real Falla is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing Series.
Three-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a three-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare two laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the ARL NASCAR B-Class Championship here at Homestead, Miami Speedway for the final round here today. I'm Austin. I'm joined by Sam Fitzpatrick with Samuli Kumo in the production booth, and you're here live watching Apex Racing TV.
And we are going to see the championships decided tonight. There is a strong lead at the moment for Andrew Roos and for Kevin Kitzman in their respective titles, but it could still change around Austin. And well, it's a very traditional final race of the season. I believe Homestead is still the final race of the season in the real life Cup series. Nope. So it's not. Okay, well that aged badly then. But it used to be. And so I very much associate it with it being the last round as we see the championship standings. Roos at the top, 14 points clear with the drop score that's involved for the drivers. Repusade pretty much has to win tonight. Now if Roos gets some penalties, it could switch things around. It could make quite a big difference to the title if Roos did make some contact with another driver. But Repusade really does need to try to win this race in order to catch up. And in the amateurs, Kitzman is in a very similar situation, 16 points clear, albeit his drop score isn't quite as good. And so if Hutchinson could win and Kitzman finished outside the top 10 maybe, that could change around as well. And once again, penalties could make a difference. But it's looking very good for those two drivers, Austin.
It is both championships a little bit arm's length away. They're still going to have to work for them, so it's not given to them immediately. You know, you have to get to the end of the race, barring any penalties and all that stuff. But thankfully here on Apex Racing, we aren't like the FIA, and all of our decisions are final and not loosey-goosey.
Very, very, very on topic there, Austin. We've already done it. We're only a couple of minutes. We're not even a couple of minutes in. We're seconds into the broadcast, and we've already
45 seconds already burned an FIA.
Sorry, everyone. You've heard enough of it. We'll try not to mention it too much.
For about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think. What was the race that we were calling? Oh, Sunday night in XSLR. We were immediately doing it. We said we weren't. Second safety car came out. We immediately hopped on board of that.
Can only apologise to everyone who listened to that, and anyone who's been alive in the past week. Hopefully you've got through it all fine, because it's been very toxic to the race or practice that we're currently in. 1 minute and 10 to go, so no laps important right now, and then we will head over to a 5-minute qualifying session. 4 laps the drivers can set, of course, and then we'll be into what should be about an hour-long race, but of course the cautions can make quite a difference. Austin, I've kind of shown my my lack of NASCAR already tonight, thinking that this is still the final round of the Cup Series Championship. However, I could use your knowledge of cautions around this place. Are we expecting a lot? Could be a middle, or maybe could it be only 1 or 2?
Now, the field around here is very interesting because the line that you want to take throughout the race gets higher and higher, and you really want to ride the wall to save these tires. Now, most of the moves that we're seeing Jacob Reed do right here is going to be done on that bottom line, but the car gets really loose if you go down there. You want to stay up top, and we were listening to Mark Redford talk about that in his interview before the race last week, saying, I'm really excited for Homestead. You know, it's going to be a tire race. It's all going to be about the tires. Now, at the start of the race, we could see a little bit of contact here, but it's very easy to get spread out right here. It's not like a tri-oval where it has that little dog leg through there that really spreads everybody out, so it's going to be pretty hard fought for most of the time. But with the track being very wide, unless we go 3 wide into turns 1 or 2 or 3 and 4, I don't think we're going to be seeing any cautions. Then it's just going to be all about tires, unless somebody gets up into the wall and really messes up heading into the pit entry. It's going to be a clean race unless a mistake happens. Then on restarts, well, you know, that lights a fire under everybody. We saw that at Talladega, where we had that caution, then another caution, and then on the restart, and on the final lap, a massive wreck right there, and Sergey Glaskov coming home after the seas parted for him right there. And, well, Sergey was very happy about that. And I'm pretty sure everybody was a little bit shocked by that finish, but hey, that's Dega, baby. We're here at Homestead Miami Speedway Sunset Edition here at Homestead, the newest version of Homestead. Yes, there have been multiple versions of the Homestead. Homestead was originally built as a 1-mile mini Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Yes, it used to be a square.
I did not know that. It's also got an excellent road course. Of course, one of the best ovals in the world, I think. Personally, I'm not a fan of. No. It's well, maybe if a driver can make a cut through, maybe they can demonstrate it for us. I'm not a fan of Daytona personally, of the road course, and I do quite like Charlotte, but I'd put this circuit with maybe even tied with Charlotte, maybe even the best oval. But well, let us know what you think of that hypothesis in the chats. Redford.
I personally think it's the best. You know, it's not as simple as Daytona's, of course, where in the infield, hairpin, kink, hairpin, out of the infield, chicane, done. Charlotte's, you go into the infield, and then it's 4 right turns, a left turn, and then you're back out. Unless you're doing the long variant, which I'm more of a fan of the long variant, where they have that other right-hander in there. I just like my turns. this one, you know, the infield has a straight. It's got passing opportunities in there. Yes, it has more hairpins than Daytona, but you know, it's just so fun. And I've actually driven this one, so.
Yeah, that's a fair bias thing. If you have driven it in the past.
Then again, if we're going on a straight bias, I would say Texas World Speedway. That's a fun roval. Then again, it doesn't exist anymore.
I know the Texas one, and
No, it's not Texas Motor Speedway. It's Texas World Speedway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking the other Texas one really is very uninspired. I would be surprised if you thought the other
Texas World Speedway is basically Texas Dega, which it was a Dega. Tryout saying the Kansas road course. I'm pretty sure Southpaw Racer made a Super Series track guide about that. Which, you know, if you're hello, Roy.
That's a great angle there from.
He was trying to take turn 1 into the road course up there.
Exactly. We've almost got most of the drivers completing their lap times. Hutchinson got us the line to go to 6th. Who else has got laps? So Korolev's still got a couple more laps. Wright is now crossing the line. Can he move up? Only to 12. And also Mark Redford's still got one more lap actually to complete. So he towed back to the pits and then has gone for one last attempt, I believe. Let's see if Korolev can move up. Race winner last time out, of course. It's only 11th place. Very mixed up good at the moment. A lot of rounds up there. Thor Churley was running the low line. From what I saw, at least the 3 and 4.
Well, yeah, and qualifying.
And that seemed to work really well for him.
And qualifying that bottom line really is going to be the fast line, but that top line throughout the race is the one that you really want to be on. Mark Redford actually doing this race strategy right there. He's not going to be running that very. Oh, that's a mistake, and that's in the wall. And that's what you don't want to see during the race. Somebody snapped up into the wall. Somebody's going to be running that top line. They're going to be coming down the track. Somebody's probably going to be checking up right there. That's going to be causing a lot of. That's going to be what's going to be the main cause of a caution. Somebody getting pretty loose down there. And here is Andrew Luce, overall championship leader. Now, he doesn't have his hand fully on that championship yet. But, yeah, we're going to be seeing how he does. But, you know, I think this is the first for the NASCAR B-Class Series once again. But it's another first. A amateur driver is on pole.
I feel like Redford must have got a pole in the past, I don't know. But, well, he's done very well there, hasn't he? Up on pole position, he's been very quick. This season is very much due a race win. Reed alongside him. And, well, with Repusard, I just realised, of course, is not here tonight. So, that pretty much gives Roos the championship, albeit, honestly, the penalty points, if you get the post-season penalty of 20 penalty points, it could really decimate your points total. So Roos does need to be watching out for that. But it could mean that
everyone up. Don't brake check people at the start. That's pretty much how you avoid that one.
Yeah, make sure not to. He is in the pack. Korolev in 3rd position, but could move up into 2nd place in the championship. Glaskov once again qualifying well, but he's had a tricky season. Chula with his best ever qualifying. Selfie in 5th place, and it's Hutchinson he needs to win tonight in order to challenge for the amateur championship. Nethery, Roos, Kittelman, Beeler, Korolev, Copeland, Wright, O'Shea, and Modos. 15 cars to round out the championship.
And for the first time in this season, I think also for the first time in the entire Apex Racing League NASCAR series, ladder, which would, you know, we had trucks last season. Now we're on the final round of the B-Class cars. Our pole sitter is an amateur driver, and we are standing by with Mark Redford. Mark, you're getting accustomed to being up there.
Yeah, I got pole position last week.
That's why I thought this already happened. Well, your 2nd pole position in a row, too. And, you know, Homestead, you were talking about this being a favorite track of yours. How you feeling about tonight?
I'm hopeful. I just hope that I don't get run over at the start, because I'm going to be trying to look after my tyres, because this track really rewards looking after your tyres. So hopefully I don't get run over.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Going to leave you to your thoughts right there. Lights are already off on the pace car, so good luck out there. Tire strategy is the key to this race. How are you feeling about this one, Sam?
I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I'm excited about the tyre strategy. We have fantastic fuel strategy at Talladega, where the drivers came in for the second caution with probably 2 laps short of fuel. They had to save a couple of laps of fuel, and then we had the green light check. It was a fantastic round of the championship with that exciting finish as well. Hopefully we get something similar tonight, but yeah, let's see who can keep the tyres in. It's going to be a long one. We're not really going to know who's really out in front until much later in the race.
Absolutely. Strategy is always important here. And, you know, it's the final round of the season. It's one of the races that everybody wants to win. And this one is probably the trickiest one to win because, you know, tire life is key. And for one last time, we're going green, green, green here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. And Mark Redford takes the lead, jumps everybody off the start right there. Reed right behind him, Glasscoff and Hudson and Tulo. Your top 5, Hudson and Tulo going side by side. Already you see the 33, Mark Hudson getting a little squirrely out there. 3 wide, and that's Bila sideways in turn 2 and up into the wall. He hooked another car, and that's the first caution of the night. Bila really pushing it in there, got into the side of Jason Nethery. They both went up into the wall, and Jason Nethery and Bila first caution. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on Jason right there. He's crabbing hard.
Yep, we'll need to use that fast repair very early on. Let's try to figure out what happened. Yeah, it was Bila
right
all
there
by himself. Tried to collect it, and then, it was also Coking as well. We'll probably need to use his fast repair.
The 10. The 10 was also a car involved. Yeah, Korlev was involved. He got hooked. He just got a light tap in the back and lost it, but that just shows you tires and pushing on this track is very, very tough.
I guess the track temperature is quite cool. Let me get that up on screen.
78 degrees?
No, it's not cool to be fair. So that's 30, maybe not 30 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius, I think. So yeah, not too bad for the drivers, but yeah, still finding some tricky elements there through turn 1 and 2 as yeah, those 3 drivers having to come into the pits. Okay, yeah, Korlev is in as well. Nethery a long way back. Has Nethery had to tow back to the pits?
I think Nethery. I think Nethery might have went into the pits immediately, right there. I don't think it might have been a tow because we are seeing his clock, but if he got into the pits, he's not taking that fast repair. But that is an unfortunate start right there, and you know, pushing on these restarts are going to be pretty tough. You always got to be careful around Homestead. I've seen some unfortunate incidents, and you know, if we stay like this, we're going to be seeing a big damage pile at the end of the season, because you know, cautions, not enough time to warm up the tires, and able to get them the grip that they need. And so everyone's going to be pretty cautious at the front on these restarts, and everybody near the back is going to be more aggressive. And, you know, accordion effect, somebody's going to get a little bit too much aggressive, like we saw by Henrik at the start. Back end goes around, and, well, a story to be written right there. You know, tortoise in the hare. Sometimes it's better to be the tortoise, especially around here, than the hare.
Yeah, for sure. We've got a couple of drivers now a lap down, which I'm sure if Michael Massey was in charge, only one of them would be let past the safety car. Am I right, guys? So I wouldn't.
So will we kind of kick it from the booth?
It's a very topical joke, Austin. People find that stuff funny. We just got to go with the times now.
I thought we weren't talking about this.
Yeah, but honestly, it was. I saw the race control message thing that iRacing spits out, which is lapped cars will be able to overtake, and I just thought, it's too tempting. Sorry, everyone.
It was too tempting, but no, they can't see that.
They can't see that. No, but I could, and It was on the tip of my tongue. Vila and Nethry stuck in the pits. Doesn't seem like they're going to go back out. They did have a fast repair available, but they don't seem to be using it. And that might be the
Vila
end
forgot
of
to
their
have his
championships.
checked. And Jason Nether got to check his. I don't know why Vila's still in there. Maybe the same thing. But Statescar is off, and for one more time, green, green, green. Hopefully the last one. Redford gets a good start. Reed right beside him. Hutchinson and Glasgow going side by side. Glasgow on that inside line. Hutchinson on that outside. Kevin Kittleman on that inside line. He's side by side with Sufi. Sufi up high. Everybody's all spread out, trying to find a good lane for their running. Kittleman getting onto that high side again, forcing the 74 of Dulo down low. Little swapping of lines now. And that outside line is going to be pretty fast down these straights, using that momentum that they gain right there. But you can get boxed in easily. Kettleman does have a lane open. He gets once again side by side with Thor right there. Look at the 55 of Motos. Motos get really good run right there. He gets ahead of Kittleman. Can do a slide job, get up there. 27 on the right is also on the back of Kittleman. They're easily passed by that bottom line, but that's going to be killing their tires as well. Up in front, Hutchison and Glasgow in the fight for third place. Glasgow and Hutchison, 2 AMs behind the farthest pro ahead in the field, Jacob Reed.
We have seen Hutchinson struggle with the tyres so far this season. Watkins Glen was the best example where he massively overheated them. Not necessarily tyre wear, but just overheated the tyres. And yeah, caused him to eventually spin. So he will need to make sure that he tries not to do that this time around, but he has been very quick in the last couple of rounds at least. Roos is trying to well, he's trying to get past, apologies, this is, yeah, Churlo behind him. So Churlo's jumping down the order quite a bit. I was thinking that Roos was still behind him, but no, he's managed to move clear. And now Southie and Modos have also moved clear, and Southie actually challenging just a little bit up the road to see the very different lines that everyone's taking in. Chile, we really use that low line effectively in qualifying. It's not working as well in this.
Yeah, those tires have already worn out. If you keep running that bottom line and start pushing, you see Thor falling back now. He might start adapting that higher line than everybody else is. Our 2 leaders are staying our 3 leaders are staying down there, and the first car that is constantly staying up there is Hutchison, actually. Surprisingly, Mark Hutchison is staying near the top. He's already thinking of his tires. He's not in a fight, and our 2 leaders, Reed and Glasgow, in second and third place, they're really fighting each other right now. And Mark Hutchison, he's got a great seat. He's not battling with them. He's thinking of the long game right here, and not the short game right now. You know, if it comes to a restart and nobody takes fresh tires, Mark Hudson would be on the best one.
I think the man playing the longest game right now is Andrew Roos. That's a little bit of a tap there for Glasgow coming out of 4. But Roos really slow at the moment, 2 seconds off the lead, dropped behind Southie. He's just very happy to sit behind at the moment, save those tyres as best he can. Back later on in the race, we do know he's one of the best drivers on his tyres is Roos. He's now got Wright actually behind him, Wright and Modos, 2 very competitive drivers having quite a big battle, and Wright has been able to get past. So Roos will probably just let Wright go here and then just wait 10-20 laps, and he should have much better tyres later on. So very clear that Roos is kind of running a different race at the moment to the others.
Yeah, Roos running the race that most drivers would right there. It's actually showing off a little smart show right there, getting into the wall. And, you know, this was the first track that was really noticeable of the wall aero cushion model in iRacing. You know, the aero bounces off the wall, gives you a little cushion to run up there, a little bit more confidence. You can actually pitch the car a little bit sideways and get the car a little bit of side force, staying up there near that wall, which is what they do in NASCAR. And NASCAR Cup driver Mr. Young Pasta, Anthony Alfredo, demonstrated that really nicely in real life and in sim when that model was released. And he said it feels just like it is in real life, but in real life, you know, he could actually feel it through the wheel. of the air bouncing off the wall and keeping him from the wall, but he's able to keep up there and maximize the life out of his tires, which is something that I do not believe any other simulation can do outside of iRacing, which is just why I just love that physics model. And you know, it's just really cool what they're adding to oval racing and other parts in iRacing as well. The aero model, second to none.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that video actually, and it was very interesting. And the precision that the drivers have is absolutely crazy. That they can run so close to the wall so consistently. It's super impressive stuff. As we
now they also have setups to run out there as well. The fixed setup that we run on iRacing is a little bit different than the setups to run up there against the wall. Sometimes you run up there with one setup, and sometimes the fixed setup's like, oh, I'm made to go down low. But sometimes people have their cars set up to run up high and be stable up high, and I've seen that. I've seen that actually happen, and you know, that's an advantage of an open setup series. People can set up the cars that they want to have them set up in a specific way they want to run. And I feel like most of these drivers who've been running on that top line found out that they can run up there. It's just that they're way off the pace. Hudson, we're going to be looking at his times very shortly compared to everybody else, but our top three leaders, 34.3s. Hudson 34.4, and everyone behind him 34.3. 34.2 was the fastest lap last lap, and that was done by Andrew Roos.
Roos now 1.9 seconds off the lead. They lose a little bit of time heading into turn one this time round. Maybe he's getting a little bit held up behind Southie. He was dropping time before, and now
here we go.
Got a lot more speed heading into turn three. Southie knows that there's no chance at holding him back. So Roos is up another place, right, keeping up the pace at the moment. Ooh. As he runs super close to the wall,
right.
Just about managed to avoid it. But yeah, Wright is continuing the momentum. He's not losing much time to Roos, and so I expect him to be able to make that move quite quick. By the way, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is an Apex Racing League series, and if you want to take part in other Apex Racing League series, where we also host events for touring cars, for Mazdas, for GT3s, for GTEs, for Radicals, for Porsche Cups, for P1 cars, for P2 cars, for Formula 3s, maybe even the W12 for Formula Renault 2.0. Lots of leagues going on Apex Racing League. Do visit apexracingleague.com to see what series are currently open for sign-ups, and also check out our Discord. There is a link in the description below, and if you click on that, you can see any updates for new championships, as Rory O'Shea heavy into the wall. It killed his momentum, and just affects his area a little bit as well. Just he's back out on track, which is excellent news.
Great to see them back out. Bila and Nethry, they're both out on track. Bila was able to get on track ahead of Nethry, but glad to see them back out on track and not gone. 15 cars out on track, 13 cars on the lead lap. You know, for Bila and Nethry to get back into the race, they're going to be looking for a miracle of lucky dogs to get by. And, you know, in NASCAR,
13 cautions.
No, it wouldn't be 13 cautions. It would be 13 and then 15.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just one car in NASCAR. It's not the entire field. We could do that here, but you know we get massive.
Well done. Join us. Reed is moving past Redford. He's trying to that low line, but Redford is keeping alongside now. Can Reed move up? No, it wasn't quite clear, and so Redford is keeping this one alive, and this will be losing a lot of time because just this is not the lines that they want to be running, and they kind of just need to sort this one out. Reed looks to have a slightly better run this time coming out before he can take that higher line. Redford is just going to lift out a bit very experienced driver, and he decides to stay behind. Meanwhile, Goose is dropping down a little bit, dropping down a couple more places. He is really thinking of the long game here, Goose. It'll be fantastic to see him storming up through the order later on. And there's quite a pack ahead of him, with Southby managing to be back up into 4th place. And Pat Southby's got past Hutchinson, so yeah, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, all very close. And now Wright is past Hutchinson as well. He seems to be struggling a little bit now.
Ooh,
Hutchinson with a much better exit. Will he try to come back? He is going to, but again, he's going to have to take that low line, and you can't help but feel it's quite inevitable that Wright will just be able to hold on to this one with the better line up high.
Yeah, that better line up high is really showing his strength there. Remember Mark Hudson, he's got that side damage as well. He took a really big dent into that right side of it, which, you know, it's pretty normal. If you look at the wall around here, you see a lot of tire marks up there. Oh my gosh, look at Andrew Roos with a head full of steam all the way up into the wall. We're going to go 3 wide down the front straight, but Roos is blocked in there. He's going to be, he's going to have to lift off right there. If Roos really wanted to, he could have pushed Hutchinson clear right there, but Moto's keeping that top line. But Andrew Roos, I think he's found his groove.
Not sure of that. Well, that's a great pun. I don't think that we're over racing. But yes, I certainly know what you mean. And well, he's still losing places.
Oh, he's hit the wall there.
Again, he's hit the wall, hasn't he? So yeah, needs to be careful of this one. This is exactly ideal for Roos. He's now having to kind of brake for corners, or he's having to run the pace of the drivers ahead of him rather than his own pace, which isn't exactly very good for him. He just needs to let them settle it out as Modos is trying the low line, and it has quarter panel into the wall. Are we going to get a caution?
No, we're not. No, they keep on going straight.
How has Modos got damage?
Motos, yes, he does have damage. The back right of his car, the right side of his car really hurt after that. He thought he was clear of Hutchinson, tried to cut him off right there, and they kind of absorbed each other. And, you know, that is netcode at its finest degree. But very unfortunate hit by both of them. But very, I would say very unfortunate either way. Very gracious of your Reed Redford and Glasgow, though, because we stay green flag racing and everybody looking after these tires is going to be good. But Hudson, he was really looking after those tires. And well, now with all that damage that he's got on his car, that's pretty much hurt him. I would say the biggest beneficiary of all that would be Andrew Roos.
Yeah, gets a little bit clear. And I imagine if there was a caution right now, everyone would be able to get to the end of the race on fuel. So everyone would be into the pits. It wouldn't even be a question. And so, yeah, those drivers who have been saving their tyres so far really do need to keep it green for as long as possible, as you see Vila being lapped by a couple of these front runners. That is very close, and surely there's going to be contact.
Oh, he's boxed in right there.
Down low. He just avoids Corley, who's already used his fast repair. And yeah, thank goodness we do avoid a caution right there.
I don't know why Vila was trying to race him, though.
Yeah,
he was really yeah, he had to lift off, but still he was getting way too aggressive to be in that situation. Boxed in, staying on that outside line. He had the grip to make the move work, but you know, when you're 13 laps down, you know, the thought of unlapping yourself naturally goes out the window, and you know, you're just going to be doing laps. You just have to do laps out there. Just let the race come to you, and I feel like he's going to pull into the pits after that. Some very happy language on the radio.
Nethery absolutely delighted now knowing that he only needs 15 cautions in order to get onto the lead lap should Vila retire from the race. So he's right back into it.
Sam, if we get 15 cautions here, I will walk out of this mid-race.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's mathematically impossible.
Yeah, it is mathematically impossible because our session timer here on iRacing would go out before we hit the 15 cautions, and It'll become a timed race and a lap race.
Never had that before, but yeah, first time for everything. We've got the Evo SR drivers alongside, which is these guys have battled each other a lot. Remember this battles in Porsche Cup, I think in previous seasons, where Hutchinson and Copeland and Kitzman as well all involved, whilst I was 10 seconds up the road, doing typical great driving. Catching up to Churley. Churley's dropping off the pack ahead as Copeland's up into 10th. Hutchinson really struggling now. I don't know if he's overheated those tyres or whether it's that contact that he had earlier on, but he's lost a lot of pace.
The damage that he got from that incident, it's crumpled up his hood. He's got side damage as well. The aero is really messed up. And, you know, it's really hurting him. And so, you know, that's never what you want. Never what you want. Especially around a track that, you know, has that aero cushion. It's just going to really mess you up, and not that easy to stay with the cars ahead of you. You're going to have to be pushing it, especially if you're looking at those tires. The way you're going to have to push is using those tires. And Thorfulo, we were watching him earlier. He was just running that bottom line. He fell off the pace of everybody then, and you know, he's still struggling right there. Copper looking out his back. Kittleman is back there as well. Kittleman has a little bit of damage, but Kev going down that inside, and he clears him. He could give him a little slide job. Here's Thor trying to go for a little switchback right there. Not enough momentum to have that. Kittleman looking down low. 3 wide heading into turn 1. That's a big send by Kittleman.
Is he going to be in the wall? Churley just
saved
that
that.
out.
Yeah, that was a very That's a very reactionary move to go up there.
Change between Korolev and Wright, I believe. Korolev now up into 4th position, and Roos is trying to get back those positions. So I thought kind of Roos was going on a charge earlier on when he overtook Selfie. Then he started to drop back. He dropped down to 9th position, back up into 6th, got back past Selfie again, and now he's trying to move back past Wright. He started all the way down in 13th position. Korolev, in fact, started down in 11th position for this race, as Rory O'Shea with a quick trip through the pit lane. He did stop there, and he is now 1 lap down, which is dreadful news for Bila and Nethi. Bila actually still out there, so maybe taking some repairs or something, but he is back out on track. But yeah, not sure what happened there to O'Shea. Maybe yeah, we really have no idea what happened there to O'Shea.
Sometimes you can't tell if somebody's up there pushing the car to stay up there, or somebody's lifting and staying up there and playing it safe. I think O'Shea might have had a little bit of contact. And he's gone into the pit lane as Adam Wright goes way down the track, and he's going to let Roos by. Adam Wright into the pits. Green flag pit stop.
As far as the fuel goes, is it? Surely the fuel goes longer than this.
No.
Because at Talladega, we went 2/3 of the race. That's Talladega.
Well, Talladega, there were a lot less laps. It's a longer track.
But you're on the throttle for a higher proportion.
You're lifting
Surely
a lot
around here,
more.
you're using the brakes, but you're only on throttle for maybe, what, 70% of the lap.
I don't know.
Let us know in the chats if
let us know how wrong we are in the chats, and you could be our
no one else is
NASCAR,
pitting at the moment. I mean, we've got 2 drivers into the pits.
This could be an undercut situation. This could be an undercut situation.
Yeah, it could be. Very, very. Well, good to see some drivers with faith in their fellow drivers, thinking, oh, they're not going to crash, because if I was up there, I would be thinking, crash coming in 2 laps, but well, we saw at Talladega, I got that hopelessly wrong when I thought that there was going to be a crash, and we went about 20 laps longer than I thought we would do. But yeah, maybe we'll see with that one. As Reed just cut to him, and he looked to be going a little bit slowly for a moment there, but he seems to be all right. Still 2.5 seconds ahead. As Bila unlaps himself with fresh tyres.
Mark Redford's not the leader. It's Jacob Reed. And Jacob Reed has pulled out a 2.8 second lap, second gain to Mark Redford. From Beela's perspective, it according to our time tower, it's 0.6, and that is hopelessly wrong. It's almost 3 seconds. Jacob Reed, what is Jacob Reed running? It's that middle line. So Reed is
maybe
really
he's just
pushing.
not saving the tires. Maybe he's just going to pit.
Yeah,
maybe
he's just pushing
lap
it as hard as he
40
can.
and just half and half the race.
Hey, when you're pushing as hard as you can, you're still gaining time. You're still doing something right. Now, what he can do is Ferrari Michael Schumacher Hungary this and just do just go after these lap times. But you know, if you're lasting halfway through the race, you're still pushing the car like that. You're obviously doing something right. Now, running that top line is more of a cup strategy than the lower series strategy. You see Mark adjusted to that line as well. And, hey, they're doing something right.
By the way, Dryout earlier on in the YouTube chat said that Kansas had the best rival, and apologies for not mentioning that earlier on. But
I highly disagree with that decision.
I'm sure it was a joke, because it is famous for being... Well, it's one corner, isn't it? You get on, and then it's a hairpin, and then you get off again. It's
yeah, and the turn-in from turn 1 is, well, you're on banking, too. So, like, if you really hate your floor, all for it, run Kansas. Now, you can run it on the apron, but, you know, I remember GT cars, everyone just slammed that thing down there. It was a fun week in IMSA. Motos heads into the pit lane, has the first pit box out of everybody else, getting that car fixed up right there, faster pair, and tires switching, and we'll be heading out there. But yeah, if we're going on to horrible road courses, Auto Club Speedway.
I'm not familiar with Auto Club, actually, as Reese comes into the pits. That's interesting. So Reese, I was just banking on Reese, that's another fantastic pun. I thought he was just really holding back and
well, he's got a lot of he's got a lot of wall contact, so I think it was the walls that was holding him back, which is what walls really do. As Mark Redford helps into the pits.
That's got going down to third gear there. I think 3 and 4.
Oh. Well, he's really pushing then. If he's shifting gears, yeah, he is shifting. You know, he's really pushing, but he is slower compared to everybody else. So I am not sure of this strategy. I haven't seen this strategy before. Shifting.
Yeah, he has just lost that position to Korolev, so I think Glasgow's got to come into the pits here and get some new tyres on. I think the fuel can go a lot further than this, but the Jazz want to get new tyres on
is he going to get in? Oh, he's hit the pit entry!
And he's already used his faster pair, has Korolev.
Korolev's hit the pit entry. He was a little bit too late. I think I know why Sergey was shifting. He was going to go into the pits, but he missed the pit entry, and so he had to shift back up. Here's the replay of that pit entry right there. It's just too much speed, too much speed, too much speed. Oh!
He should have bailed a lot earlier there. I'm surprised he didn't go straight into it.
I've seen some ARCA crashes. There is a very famous crash that happened at Homestead Speedway in an ARCA car where they hit that tire entry, that tire barrier, the water barrier, the barrier before it, that thing right there. And, you know, it just launched the car into the air, flipped end over end, and completely blocked the pit lane. And, you know, that was just that could have been a lot worse right there.
So Copeland, Churley, and Hutchinson are the 3 drivers not to pit. Now, they really need a faster, they really need a caution right now, if possible. Now, has Reed kept the lead? He is still ahead of Redford, gap still at 3 seconds, so it's come down a little bit, but it's still looking strong for him. Wright has pitted. This works very well for Wright. So Wright pitted much earlier. He pitted on lap 34 compared to Redford on lap 41. So Wright, that is a legit 3rd place, but, well, that will turn into 3rd place, but he's got much older tyres than the other drivers. So the likes of Roos, who's got 6 lap fresher tyres, are going to be catching up to him later on in the race. But, well, that's the undercut. You very much called it there, Austin, as Copeland comes into the pits. We wait to see if Churlo and Hutchinson will follow him in.
Yeah, Dortulo. Yep, here he goes, heading into the pit lane. A lot less, a lot less chaotic as Hutchinson stays out there. Only car not to go into the pits yet.
No points, by the way, for leading a lap. I know that's a rule in some oval series, but there's no point for that. So that's not what Hutchinson is thinking. He's thinking something else right now.
Road course discussion. Robles. Rockingham Speedway was brought up in chat.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, excellent.
It's closed.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody said, is Rockingham Roval still open? No. Both of the rocks are not open. Rockingham, Virginia, and Rockingham in Corby, UK, which is the headquarters of Apex Racing TV team and Apex Racing UK. And I believe our first update video for that is up on the Apex Racing team's YouTube channel, where you can see the work on our new headquarters there, including studio work, even though it's just a drawing on the ground right now, of the future studio for Apex Racing TV.
It's quite an old video.
It is an old video, but it was uploaded yesterday.
Yeah, it was only just uploaded, but trust me, guys, it's a lot more developed than what it appears.
We're just speed running the upload process.
I think it was uploaded in October, but you know that editing, that background soundtrack took 2 months to add. So it's that's
we like
what
our
we got
custom soundtracks here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know who's our editor, but I could have done that.
Redford is catching up to Reed, so down to 1.6 seconds now on that last lap. He caught by 3 100ths, so it's not a lot. Wright is really dropping back a lot, so he was half a second slow on that last lap. Bruce is catching up by 7/10 a lap. Really, the only drivers who are out of position when it comes to tyres. Hutchinson and Copeland got very fresh tyres, so too does Churlo, so they'll be storming up through the field, but they're half a lap behind the next driver at the moment. And then you've also got Wright, who's got very old tyres. Mordos's tyres are a little bit old, and also Rory O'Shea's tyres are very old actually. So, but pretty much everyone else bar that is kind of on similar age tyres, so you don't expect a big difference. As Redford is chasing down Reed, the gap's down to half a second. Reed is being very cautious on those tyres. Redford wants the race lead.
Yeah, Redford really pushing. He's got the draft. He's in the draft. Pep Copeland ahead of him. He's going to have to really push it after there. Yeah, he's carried a lot of speed into that corner, getting all the way down to that bottom line now. It's progressive banking a little bit here, so the bottom is not as banked as the top line there. But, you know, when you got a car on your outside line, you're going to have to really push it through there. And, yeah, this is a good fight for the lead. Jacob Reed, Mark Redford. Reed was able to push that car to its limits right there. And we are 30 laps away from this race going to the end. So everybody on these tires right now, after that stop, it is going to be a race to the end. I'm surprised no one... And now I'm going to segue back into ovals with road courses. But this one's not an oval. Neither was Rockingham in UK. It was more of a square.
You're saying that Indianapolis isn't an oval?
I wasn't going to mention Indianapolis. I was going to mention a banked course turning left in Germany. Latzwitz. I butchered that name, and Smoley's staring angrily at me. I can't see him, but I think I messed that one up. It's a triangle, actually, but it does have a pretty good road course inside of it. As O'Shea is back in the pit lane.
Oh, the Max Wolf, and you'll appreciate this one, Austin. Max Wolf mentioning Taskmaster.
Hey,
fantastic to have you along, Max. He found Taskmaster himself. I didn't have to, spread it to him like I did yourself, Austin. But happy to have Max around, and thanks to Tony Repusade as well. Championship runner-up. Probably going to lose that second place, however, tonight. Just lets you guys know that unfortunately couldn't be here because of his work schedule, but hopefully we see Tony back for next season. hopefully, Tony, you are enjoying the racing at the moment, because we have got side-by-side for, well, this is for 5th position, so it's very close for the leaders, Modos, just holding on against Glasgow, or is that him? No, I think that was Modos just no, sorry, no, my bad. Glasgow trying to get past Modos. Let's see if it works.
Ooh, Glasgow can definitely try it. He's just taking his time. Here he goes. Down, way down, almost getting onto the apron right there.
I think that's as far down as you have to go. I think the middle line doesn't really work that well, it seems. Although
the middle line is
that
great.
Low line didn't work for Glasgow.
The low line is great for really sending one down there and going for that slide job. That middle line is the line that you want to be running. If you want good lap times and using a bit of your tires, the top line is where you really want to save your tires at. It's not as fast, but it's where you want to be for defending. And that's what Modos is doing right there, because, you know, you got the speed coming off the corner. So side to side, this is going to be Modos' corner once more. You kind of stall out right there. You can't carry the momentum right there as the lights are fully on here. The sun has set here in Homestead, Miami, Florida. Modos going to be coming from behind on this one, but Glasgow really pressuring that inside line there. Still going to be side by side.
And Roos has just got past Wright. Wright is really struggling. He's, compared to these guys, 7/10 slower on that last lap. These two will catch up to him in no time. So Wright with that very early pit stop on lap 34, 6 laps earlier than most drivers. And those tyres are not working for him right now. So he's going to have a very long evening. Korolev after the Glasgow.
He's fallen back.
Glasgow's got 42 lap tyres. It's in lap 42. He's got quite fresh tyres.
Yeah, he's got fresh tires, but he's fallen behind.
Sorry.
He really put those tires to work, and you know, constant attacking and constant defending by Modos. After about 3 laps, those tires are just 3 to 5 laps. Those tires are just not helping. That's how you do a move right there. Sophie down to the inside and a slide job up top, and blocking Luka Korolev, and that is that's straight up dirt track racing right there, where you send them up the inside and then get it back up to the top lane and blocking them with your bumpers. Now, it's a very dangerous move, I must say that, but it's beautiful when it's executed perfectly, and that was executed perfectly.
Korolev potentially still with damage from that pit wall incident earlier on, where he slid in, and of course he couldn't use his fast pit because he used it after a crash that we had on lap 1 of the race, which caused the one and only caution so far. So we have just 25 laps to go.
Still staying up top. Sergey still trying to send one on the inside. And
he's a bit further back now.
He's getting very aggressive with this. He's carrying a lot of speed through there, but you know, you got to start stalling out mid-corner the more you do that. And you know, you might see Sergey in the wall if you continue to do that very soon. Or if it just goes really aggressive into that corner. Yeah, he's missed that apex right there, and yeah, drifted up the track just a little bit. Up to our fight, to our leader, Jacob Reed. He's putting that pressure on Redford and starting to pull it away now. He's actually got O'Shea behind him.
Yeah, it's not working at the moment for Redford, closing the gap. Couldn't get past though, and since then he's just started losing a few tenths on that last lap. He actually lost 3.5 tenths, which is quite a significant margin. By the way, our timing and our overlay is provided by SDK Gaming. If you go to sdkgaming.co.uk, you can check out what products they provide. We use their live timing. We also use, of course, the overlay that you can see up on screen. And if you want to see what all the strategies are for the different drivers when they came into the pits, and also their last lap time, their best lap time, and all of that information, you can go click on the live timing link in the description below. And it can give you that information very useful for a race like this. So thanks to SDK Gaming for supporting us on Apex Racing TV, as Glazkov is getting past right. We've already seen, well, we didn't see Modos get past, but Modos did get past right, and now Glazkov is passed into right. From being 2 seconds off the race lead about 20 laps ago, he's now closer to 20 seconds. Those tyres really are not good.
They done so.
Might even be worth 2 stopping. Well, no, it's not
No,
worth 2 stopping.
it's not
like,
worth 2
It's
stopping.
honestly not that far off because he is dropping that much time.
Yeah. And, you know, Adam right behind him. Oh, right sideways. Hello. Oh, he caught that doggy right there, but oh boy, he went chasing the bone he was going to go chasing the bone if he didn't catch that one. Oh boy, Adam Wright. Wow, what a save. I just saw that in the background right there. But man, that was close.
And what's going on with Redford at the moment? Was he overtaken by Copeland? Yeah, no, Copeland, remember with fresher tyres, so Copeland's got 5-lap fresher tyres. He's actually faster right now than Redford, but he doesn't want to take any unfair risks, and so he isn't getting past at the moment. Quite an equaliser, I think. Usually Redford, of course, would be faster, but Copeland with those slightly fresher tyres, working quite well for him. But, yeah, cannot get past. As Adam Wright, he is in, so he is going to go for the T-stop. Those tyres too old, and well, he'll be very close. It will be very quick to the end of the race, but
If the cost comes out right now,
down.
if the cost comes out right now for Adam Wright, this would be great for him because he'll have track positions, everybody else diving into the pits. He'll be on the freshest tires. But you know, with that straight up slide that he had, that was an absolute killer. Killer on the tires.
So he will be behind Hutchinson. O'Shea pitted for a second time. That was on lap 51. That was a little while back. And yeah, I think that was choreographed as well. So not sure why O'Shea pitted again. And well, Copeland's been into the pits 3 times apparently. Did he not put fuel in it in his second pit stop? Not quite sure why he had to pit again there, Copeland. He is now, well, he's 2 laps down.
The world may never know. I am not sure why.
Not sure why. Yeah, because of course he pitted in lap 1, as here comes Copeland actually, and he looks as though he is finally past Redford. This is in pole position, of course, but he is faster and he wants to get past. He can go for this move if he wants to, but I know Kev.
He's really
want to
sending
make too much
after
of a
that one.
difference in the race.
Yeah, it's not going to make a difference, but Kev, he's going to enjoy racing that. But yeah, he's far away from that one. And I think Kev's just getting back in there, but yeah, that is strange to see him right there. Now, yeah, he might have forgotten to do something on his car. You know, this is usually in NASCAR you actually you can't talk to their crew chief and everything, but here in iRacing, you know, we don't have access to anybody's teams or their strategies and everything. The only things that they put out there for us to look at is if we have a sleuth watching the Twitch streams at the same time, and they can see what's actually going on. He might have got a stop-go penalty.
Perhaps, yeah, could be the case. Yeah, if the Jazz get 16 incidents, then they do get one. Well, no, yeah.
Speeding in the pit lane. It
speeding
could
in
have
the
been
pit lane, yeah.
speeding in the pit lane or any sort of pit lane
Sure.
infraction. It's very easy to do here.
Yeah, cutting the pit lane exit line perhaps as well. So, yeah, multitude of things he could have done. Copeland is catching up to O'Shea though. They've got similar age tyres. In fact, O'Shea's got fresher tyres, so I doubt he's going to be able to overtake. But there they are. They are fairly close. And Copeland has finally got past Redford, so this is enabling him to set free a little bit. O'Shea in that last lap was about 4/10 of a second slower than Kev Copeland. Quick shout out to Apex Racing Academy, another one of the sponsors for this series. Apex Racing Academy with 29 data packs for lots of different cars. I think both the Hyundai and the Honda TCR cars now covered by Apex Racing Academy. I believe the W12 as well, the Mercedes W12 is also covered, along with, of course, the Formula 3 cars, GT3 cars, GTE cars, rallycross cars as well. And those days packs include setups, track guides, and also weekly group coaching sessions, and also integrated with virtual racing schools. So thanks to Apex Racing Academy. Do check out apexracingac.com in order to get yourself a subscription. As Churlo is just going a lap down. I think that was him. No, he was with Hutchinson. No, he wasn't with Hutchinson. This is with Nethery. Apologies. As we see, right, he is going to lose a place to... sorry, this is right, moving past Hutchinson. My bad. Of course, very quick is right with those fresh tyres. 17 lap fresher tyres is right. On that last lap, he was 1 second faster than Mark Redford, for example. So he is the fastest man on track by a significant margin.
Yeah, Jacob Reed has just been on fire today. Jacob Reed and Mark Redford, both of them have been on fire. You know, there's a big gap between both of them, but Reed and Redford, everyone else behind him has just been on a different strategy and unable to catch him. Andrew Roos has a 15-second gap to second place, and 23 seconds to our race leader, and Roos on that inside. Here comes Motos.
He's very slow now. All of a sudden, he had good pace before, but he's
here comes Motos around the outside. I'm not sure what's happened to Roos.
He's gonna drop down to 7th position here. Most likely, he's only 6 seconds out of Corlo. If he can't improve on his pace, then he's gonna drop down to 7th.
I feel like he's killed his tires by accident. Entering turn 3, he just stayed on that bottom line.
I think he does the same here. Maybe he was just saying his teammate passed. But he is now going high, which is certainly probably the wise thing to do. But yeah, his last couple of lap times have been in the high 36s, whilst you've got Reed and Co in the late 35s. And he's now less than 1 second ahead of Glasgow. Glasgow catching significantly at the moment. Kolev a little bit off pace actually in this second stint. He got overtaken by Glasgow, certainly. I think Southby as well. It might be the damage, or it might be the tyres going off. Well, you can see the damage on the bike. Surely is not helping him. He might be able to pick up on some of the scraps. With Roos chopping down, maybe giving us thoughts that we could perhaps have a late race caution. I'm sure get this, Austin, this is going to be very funny. If it was Michael Massey, would be having a safety car, wouldn't we? Wouldn't we? Artificial racing. Am I right?
Michael Massey wouldn't throw a safety car right here for no reason. NASCAR would. They would say there is a debris caution out there right there, and they just wouldn't say where. And guess what? I'm not making that one up. That's something that they actually do. And, you know, it's become a thing where there's an actual saying, welcome to NASCAR, where the rules are made up and points don't matter.
Well, I guess the points don't matter for 3/4 of the season, do they? You just need to win a race.
Absolutely. They change the rules every season, so it makes sense. If you're an F1 fan, yeah, you get used to it.
Wright is about to overtake Churlo, by the way. Just seeing that gap go under a second, and he's currently a second lap faster. So we are about to see fresh tyres versus old tyres. 19 laps difference are these tyres. So, I mean, he's this far back at the moment. Dare I say, he might overtake through turn 4 here because he'll be so much quicker, a lot more confidence. And, well, could Wright catch up to anyone else? He'll be close to Kitsman by the end, but I think we'll have to settle for that. He's going to go up high here. Just needs to make sure that Churlo doesn't understeer into him. He turn 2. I think Chilo has spotted him there. And right after that second pit stop up into 9th place, can't help but feel like he would have beaten Kittelman had he stayed out.
And didn't have that damage, that little incident crash as well. Remember earlier in this race, went down low, came up high, and morphed into Motos.
Yep.
And speaking of Motos, there is Motos sitting up there in 3rd. Roos right behind him. And, you know, still side by side. Roos trying to go for that switchback. 4 laps to go here. And the fight for 3rd is still alive. Fight for that top and 2nd spot as, well, they're about as far away as birds are from the north here in winter.
Who's seemingly just lost pace for like 5 laps and now he's actually back on it. And if he's trying to help his teammate get maybe a certain position, as Hutchinson taps the wall, if he's trying to help his teammate get like a certain position in the championship perhaps. Currently, Modos is down in 7th place. He would not move ahead of, he would move ahead of Kittelman, then I think. No, he'd be tied with Kittelman. He'd move ahead of Dalladone, I believe. He'd still be behind Reed. So I'm not quite sure what this is from Reese, but maybe he's giving his teammate the 3rd position at podium, or maybe not. 2 laps to go anyway. And the good news is that we haven't seen Roos or Kittelman involved in any crashes, so I think we can be quite certain that they're not going to get a post-race penalty.
Yeah, post-race penalties are pretty much gone. We are not having the finale worries that another racing championship had heading into here, where they had to release. I'm gonna stop making references to that other championship now because white flag is in the air. For Jacob Reed. There's Jacob Reed heading it one last time into turns 3 and 4. And Jacob Reed on fire all day. Didn't have the fastest qualifying time out there. He doesn't need it. It's going to be a win for Jacob Reed in that 66. And Mark Redford is going to take the amateur victory here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Started up on that front row, started up in pole. And he's going to finish the 2nd place as our front row drivers dominated this race. The race for 3rd place is going to go to Motos. He's got Roos behind him. Where is Roos? There's Roos. Roos really pushing it. It's not going to be there. Janos Motos, after having a little bit of an incident, he is going to go and finish in 3rd place. Our earliest pit, our first driver to go into the pits, I believe. One of the first drivers, as Hudson has blown his engine. And
we can, with some certainty, claim that
Kittelman's ran out of fuel. Oh no!
Ran out of fuel. Oh, come on, just
push.
Well, I think he's already finished. Row. He's already finished.
He's already finished. No, he hasn't. He hasn't finished yet. Has he finished?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
He has. Okay, they're just goofing about. I believe Jacob. Yeah, there he goes. He's just faking us. There's our championship winner, Kevin Kittelman, Jacob Reed, Mark Redford, as everybody for certainly burns it down on that front straightaway here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Kevin Kittelman definitely deserves it. There's Jacob Reed. He's going to try to write his name with his tires right there, or just try to write a 66. I'm pretty sure that's a 2.
Come on, guys, need to learn this. I say this every week. Learn to write. Can't be that tricky. Can't be that tricky. Just dedicate a couple of hours. You can nail it. Just need like an emblem or something you can do.
Yeah, don't make it your actual signature. See Kevin Kittelman. He's got the circles down. You know, if that was a Disney signature, people would say that said something. Because Disney had that, the way he signed his name.
It's a bit of a scribble in it.
Yeah, it's not a scribble. It's his logo. It's the Disney logo. That's how he actually signed his name, and they just made that the logo. But the way the D was shaped was very interesting.
currently trying to get these points uploaded.
There we go.
Have some final points. As we see, it was 11.6 seconds. Really, really dominant stuff there from Jacob Reed. Great work. Reed ahead of Redford, and then Modos 20 seconds further back, nearly a full lap down actually.
Yeah, that was impressive to have a performance by Jacob Reed, putting most of the field a lap down. And it was just from pushing too. Reed with the win, Redford in second, Modos in third, Roos in fourth, followed by Sergey Glaskov, Matthew Sophie. And sixth place, Luka Korolev, first car lap down, followed by Kevin Kittleman, our championship leader. I don't think he cares he finished a lap down. He's going to be celebrating this one and enjoying an amazing prize pack as well. Followed by Adam Wright, Thor Tulo, Mark Hutchison, Kev Coughlin, Rory O'Shea, Jason Ethery, and Henrik Bieler. Both of those guys, 16 and 45 last down. Henrik Bieler, the only retirement from this race. I believe Jason Nethery still finished out there on track, right?
Yep. He made up a lap, did he, Nethery?
No, he was 15 laps. He was 15 laps down.
Oh, I thought it was Bilo who was 15 laps down. But
no, Bilo was 13 laps, then he was pulled in and retired.
Aha, okay. Oh yeah, of course it was 15 plus 13 is 28, wasn't it? That's how many cautions we needed. Just fell short of it in the end. They were very close to getting back on the lead.
Yeah, we were 27 cautions short.
Yeah. So, who have we got for a chat? We've got plenty of drivers for a chat. That is great news. I think the first man we are going to have to drag up, though, is Mr. Andrew Roos, who joins us in the commentary box. And congratulations, Andrew. We can say with some certainty you are the Apex Racing League NASCAR B-Class champion for this season. Congratulations.
Thank you guys, I'm really happy. I'm a little bit sad that Tony couldn't make it to this round, but he said he had work, and I guess that's more important. so yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that, but I'm happy, really happy. I had a really good season and green flag run at the final race, the whole race. So really good racing by the whole field.
Yeah, we'll talk about the whole season in a little bit, but talk us through tonight, because I mean you've been so imperious this season. It was a little bit surprising to see you battling for just third and fourth tonight. Was there anything different about this track compared to the other races this season?
To be honest, I didn't have much time to practice this week, and I just I don't really like this track too much, but without practice it just multiplied. So I guess that was the problem. But I enjoyed it. I had good fun with Mark and my teammate and Mathieu. So it was good racing. I enjoyed the last race, so I have no complaints.
Absolutely, and if we go through your various wins this season, you got quite a few. So you won at Phoenix. You also won at Phoenix last season as well. So your run of races has really been impressive. Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol. You got those on 3 in a row. Out of those 4 race wins, do any stand out to you as a particularly impressive one?
Yeah, I guess Bristol, because that was almost the end when we crashed with Jacob, but thankfully for the fast repair, I could come back to the field and just made my way onto the first place. So I guess that stands out. I was a little bit lucky this season because almost every track I really like, and thankfully the one which I don't like, Miami, was the last race and didn't really mean anything in terms of the championship. So I really enjoyed racing at every track this season.
It's awesome to, yeah, great to hear that. Andrew, You've won this championship now. What does the future hold in store? What championship are you going to be tackling next?
I'm really interested in TCR cars. I like road races. So and ARL has one of the best TCR championships on iRacing on the platform. So maybe that, and who knows, some ARL championship for sure in the future.
Awesome. We look forward to seeing you back out there. Andrew, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, firstly, because last time I forgot to do this, so thank you guys, really awesome broadcasting the whole year. Thank you for your work. And secondly, my teammate, because he was testing the track and the tires instead of me, so he helped me with his knowledge at the end. So thank you for him and thank you for you guys.
Awesome. Congratulations on the title, Andrew. Get some champagne or any other celebratory drinks, and yeah, hope to see you back very soon.
Thank you, guys.
Andrew Roos there, your champion for this season in the Apex Racing League NASCAR B-Class Championship. Austin, who would you like to talk with next?
I did it again. It's got to be the race winner, Jacob Reed. You know, dominating performance. It definitely deserves a shout out today. Jacob, how are you feeling after that? And were you expecting this race to be that much of a quote cakewalk?
Well, I'm very relieved to finally get a win. It's been 7 races of almost, and finally got one. And to be honest, no. This was the track that I thought I was going to be awful at. Surprisingly, I was really surprised to qualify in the top half of the field, let alone second, and then to take the lead like that and just walk away from everyone really, really surprised me. I don't. I'm speechless almost because it really did surprise me to just win by 11 seconds, let alone win.
Well, you not only won by 11 seconds, you put more than half the field a lap down. And you know, with a performance like that, you got to give yourself a pat on the back. Was there a little gremlin in your mind saying like something's gonna happen?
Well, it's happened to be quite a few times this season, so I was concerned, but then I was
fearing for the worst.
Yeah, I was concerned there'd be a caution or something right at the end, but I felt like I would have it covered. There'd be enough lap cars that I couldn't, like, in between me and second, that wouldn't mean that I could get jumped in the pits as easily, kind of thing. So I was a little confident that I could pull it off. And when I saw the white flag, I just kind of massive smile on my face and took it easy on the last lap and brought it home.
Was there any celebration by you over the radio or just by your own? How loud did you get?
I kept it quiet, but you know, if I wasn't so concerned about making noise, I definitely would have screamed.
So you aren't like me and just okay with noise complaints.
No. Usually they think I'm angry. Happy. So I tend to try and keep it down when I'm happy.
Well, you know, you don't have to keep this one down anymore. You are a race winner in the Apex Racing League NASCAR series here in the B class, and what a way to do it, the final round. Jacob, before I let you go and you know, celebrate in your own quiet way, anyone you want to thank?
Well, the one sponsor on the car, Fort Worth Screen Printing, as always, and then also MRTI. I think they were watching. They usually at least pop in for a bit. Maybe now I've told them I've won, they might have showed up at the end. So shout out to them. they'll definitely watch the VOD because I'll tell them I've interviewed them and shouted them out. So yeah, thanks to those guys, and thanks to you guys for running the series. Sad to have not clinched the championship. That was my goal at the start, but I had fun every week, and yeah, thank you.
And thank you for putting on a great race. And hey, next season when we come back for another NASCAR series, we can expect you to be up there, right?
Definitely.
All right. Well, that's something to look forward to. Sam, do we have time for one more?
We sure do. Well, we had no cautions, fortunately. Well, we had one caution. So I think we got time for a couple more interviews. And I want to have a chat with our champion in the amateur class, Kevin Kitzman. And for those of you who weren't around last season, Kevin won the amateur championship in the Truck Series. And some idiots, some absolute idiot, whose name is Sam, thought, you know what, he can't do it again. He's absolutely dominated the season, won pretty much every single round, and absolutely crushed it. So congratulations, Kevin, on making the ARL admins look bad. That's another title for you, your third of the year.
Thank you, Sam. It feels so amazing, and I was like, so nervous before this race because I really wanted to go back to back on those on the oval championship in the amateur class, and we calculated literally every possible situation beforehand to be sure what we need to do in the end. And yeah, now that it's over, I'm just glad that it worked out in the end, and I was able to go back to back.
Yeah, I mean it's impressive stuff. You'll be put in AM next season. Just keep raking these titles in. Is there any standout moments for you this season? I've just asked that, and I think it's quite obvious what the moment is it not?
Yeah, of course. Winning Daytona. I came close earlier this year to winning the Daytona 500 before I got crashed out on the final lap. So yeah, definitely winning especially the opener of the series of the newly B-Class series here on Apex, and then winning it on Daytona. It's definitely my highlight. And I would actually say getting P3 in the Teams Championship together with my buddy Jason Nethery follows it closely. So that would be my highlights from this year.
Now, you've raced in pretty much all of the Apex Racing League series, along with many other series, as far as I'm aware, on iRacing, F3s, GTEs, maybe GT3s, and of course the ovals as well. What's next? What are you going to be signing up for next? Because there's going to be quite a few series available come January.
What's going to be next? Yeah, I was trying a bunch of things out, also with you guys. So far I can say, and I think we can also see it, the most fun I had in your GT championship. What's next? I really hope there's going to be another season of whatever oval racing you're throwing at us. I'm trying my best again then. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the P-Cup series you just announced. And maybe another season of GTEs, who knows, we will see. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have a look at the P-Cup.
Excellent. Well, you'll be put in AM. Honestly, it's gonna be really tricky now because you're oh no, of course it's only pros, isn't it? It's only pros.
Yeah, so it's only pros.
Thank goodness. I almost said a very bad word there, but it takes the pain out of it, because the moment we put you in pro, you won't score any points.
Yeah, not really.
So we need you to keep winning those titles. Congratulations, Kevin, on this third title of the year. I believe you are the first man to go to 3 titles in 2021 in ARL. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yes, the whole Indie Autosport team, especially to Regis and Adam, because those 2 guys helped me out in the past 2 races, because I was basically racing with just 1 arm. And to our friends from Lunatic, our sponsors, Martin Sports, Sim Thunder, Sim Racer Coin. To my best friend Max, who was watching from Dubai today with his girlfriend. My parents, Mila and Laketa from Switzerland, and to you guys, especially to you and Austin, because you're like yin and yang. One is the guy who's like literally screaming his microphone to death, like I have to pay for his new lungs every week. And you, the calm guy, always
Thank you,
focused.
by the way.
Always focused on what's happening on track, trying to also figuring out what's maybe going to happen next. And I like the combo of you two. So thank you for putting up the series, for always putting on good commentary. It's always so good to watch those races back, even though you know what happened, but just for the commentary I watch it back. So yeah, please never change. Keep doing what you do. And I think that's long enough now.
Well, after those compliments, we are going to put you in AM for the rest of the time, Kevin. We'll just send you trophies once a month, and you can just have them all, because that's very kind what you just said. Hopefully we'll see you back on the channel very soon.
Thank you.
Kevin Kitzman there, your amateur champion this season. Austin, we've still got time, so you want to check up Mark Redford?
Yeah, we talked to Mark at the start of it. Mark, you know, you started up on pole. You said you're keeping the tires in check today. I said you achieved your goal. You took the amateur victory. You finished in second place.
Thank you.
You had a big gap. How was that race, and how are you feeling after that?
Oh, I enjoyed that race. Yeah. Didn't have anything to say to Jacob, though. He was rapid. But yeah, apart from that, it was great.
Yeah. This seems great from start to finish, and well, the last two races for you really clicked into place. You weren't in the running for the amateur championship. Kevin left. I think you felt a little bit pressured. If you're in the if you're coming back for another NASCAR season, should we be expecting you to challenge for the championship?
Well, I'd like to try. If I can make all the races and don't have any disasters like this season or last season, then I should be up there, shouldn't I? If I keep finishing in the top 3 or 4.
All right. Well, that seems like Sam's got his wish granted for the amateur championship between Mark and Kevin upcoming very soon here. I'm excited to see when that race is announced. But yeah, what a race you had here today, Mark. Really wasn't pressured by anyone behind you. It was just you, Reed, and you and Reed pulling away from everybody else. Before I let you go to go celebrate this victory and relax for the rest of the day, anyone you want to thank?
Well, I want to thank you guys at Apex for putting on the league. I enjoy coming along and racing with you guys, and also enjoy watching the broadcast back, so I'll probably go and do that in a minute. A shout out to Will as well, my son, who managed to get a double win, didn't he, on Saturday, so hoping for more from him again this weekend. And and a big shout to Nest in the Woods, our sponsors.
Yeah, they're all going to be proud of you. Congrats to your son, Will, as well. Getting a double win over the weekend is always a big achievement. And well, thank you, Mark, for putting on a great show out there on track. And, always in here, out there in qualifying and everything. And congrats on a great season. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you, Austin. Thank you, Sam.
I would quickly like to just say, Austin, our team's champions for this season are wannabe SRT. Congratulations. Then we didn't mention the team's championship before. Congratulations to wannabe Evo SR second place, and I think it's Kevin mentioned earlier on Indie Autosports in third. Those drivers get their share of Virtual Racing School subscriptions. So thanks to Virtual Racing School for that. Do check out virtualracingschool.com, of course, to improve your sim racing performance. Congratulations to those teams.
Yeah, congratulations to those teams. Team championship. Not the most spoken about championships here in our NASCAR series, since it's more of a driver-focused championship. But in the road series, I can tell you that those get extremely competitive. I remember I think it was the Formula V championship where we just had like teams just draft training off each other in qualifying. But yeah, very happy for all of our champions, race winners, and everyone just had a smile at the end of the race. And at the end of each race is, you know, if you have a season where you show up and, you know, you're giggling and just having a good time, it's a positive race for everybody. And that's what we like to see here on Apex Racing TV. Thank you all for joining us here for a fantastic season finale here for the Apex Racing League NASCAR B-Class Championship here from Homestead, Miami Speedway. I've been joined by Sam Fitzpatrick, and Samuli Kumo is in the production booth. And I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.